Jungkook was scrolling through his phone while laying on his stomach with his legs in the air. Is when a notification sound came from Jin's mobile. Well, Jin was in a washroom, and it was a perfect timing to spy at his brother's phone. He tossed his mobile on the bed in a swag, but quickly grabbed it when he noticed that it was at the edge of the bed. He literally jumped on his brother's mobile, and while to open it with the new password was a piece of cake for him. He frowned his face at the unknown number and then opened the chat. He quickly replied back to the recent chat. Who are you and why are you being rude to my Hyung? What? Who are you and who is your Hyung? Your number is not saved. It means you are not acquaintance of my Jin Hyung. So don't message him again or I will break your bones. Jungkook threw Jin's mobile at the other side of the bed when he noticed Jin coming out of the bathroom. Jin frowned when he saw Jungkook giving a fake smile to him. Well, he was well aware about every nerve of his brother. Jin quickly picked up his mobile, and as soon he did that, Jungkook ran away from there, leaving Jin confused. What was it? A confused Jin opened his chat, only to see the stunts his brother pulled right away. He face-palmed when he saw that Jungkook told his name to the stranger, but then smiled after reading the full chat. He can treat Jungkook for this, being this much caring. Jin checked that is there any new message from the stranger, but there was not. So he dozed his mobile and yelled his younger brother's name to come and sleep. Jin off the lights, and when he notices a similar figure entering in the room and laid on the other side of the bed, after murmuring a small good night. Meanwhile, on the other part of the Seoul, Namjin was now in his office of the mansion, checking some newly arrived guns and other weapons. Namjoon, it is the data you asked for, said Hoseok while handing him a file. Namjoon smirked as soon he opened the file. Name Kim Seokjin 20, Jungkook 16, younger brother of Seokjin. Namjoon shut down the file after reading the biodata of them. So nothing suspicious? Asked Namjoon while checking other files. No, there is nothing disturbing about them. They have no criminal background or anything. I think it was an honest mistake. Give Soseok his own opinion. Namjoon just nodded his head. After a couple of minutes, Soseok said, so, should I abduct them? Namjoon paused for a second but then started to flip the pages of his files. No, leave them for now, but keep monitoring them. If you smell anything, then act according to the situation. With that, Namjoon went outside to go to his room. He was just wearing pajama and t-shirt in the freezing environment. He tried to sleep, but it was long gone. It is past 2 in the night. He was just changing his position from left to right. That's when the moon of the dull winter night grabbed his attention. So, without thinking much, he wore a hoodie and after wearing his slippers, he went in the balcony, from where every part of the Seoul can be seen. He stared at the dull moon of winter for a long time, and the tears slipped from his left eye. He wiped the tear harshly before it could even reach to his cheeks. Was he fucking staring at the sun? But then decided to laugh. Just laugh. And just today he realized that how horrible his laugh is sounding. After all, he don't know when was the last time he laughed. And the tear again slipped, first from his left eye and then from the other one. But this time soaps were escaping from his mouth, and he didn't dare to wipe the tears this time. It was more than needed for him to be sane after all. His hands are bloody. He have killed several people to be at this position. As much he strongly believed that there is no God or something in this universe, but he still know that he will be rot in the hell. There is no punishment bigger than guilt, and he is getting this punishment from the time he goes senses. His birth was a sin. He killed his mother at the time he took birth. He never saw his mother. He was the reason that both of his grandparents were brutally killed in front of his eyes at the age of 7. Only if he was obedient enough to understand his father, nothing would have happened like this on his 7th birthday. He only have his father, who is just cold as an ice. But how can he be expecting affection and love from a man whose wife and parents got killed just because of his son? He is suffering, and he knows that he deserves that every bit of a pain. His life is like a thorn, and he is the only survival here. Sometimes he thinks that it would have been better if he was the one who died at all those times. Why, if there is any God on this earth, then why he made him suffer like that? He was the beast and he knew that his existence was a nightmare for so many people. But every time when he kills them, a pleasant feeling covers his chest, and he hates that, but maybe it is a result of being surrounded by blood in his whole life. All of a sudden, his body feels a current due to a strong chill wave, and it's when he realizes that his whole body have been turned cold. A sick and painful smile covered his face. He just laughed at his misery. At this point, his body stopped to feel pain, but his heart, it is shattering with every passing second. It was being worse than hell to carry this pain in his heart, to work like he owns everything in this world, an allied businessman in front of other, but a secret mafia. But in reality, he had nothing. At this point, he regrets everything, but he is at the point from where there is no turn back. All it have just a guilt and devastation. With almost no energy in his body, he manages to stand, and it seems that a lifeless body went in the room rather than himself. But he was unaware about the change that is gonna happen in his life. Good or bad, only time have the answer of it and everything. And it is how he manages to drag one more day of his endless life. What the hell you mean by no? Yelled Jin with a pan in his hand, almost ready to hit the coconut head of his younger brother. No means no. I'm simply not in a mood of going to school. Yelled Jungkook while covering his head with a duet, giving a wide space in his every spoken word to make it clear to his brother that he is not going to school. But as soon those words left from Jungkook's mouth, Jin swayed his mobile in a ear with a wide smirk on his face. But unfortunately, Jungkook could not see it. So in the very next seconds, what made Jungkook get out of his bed was his mom's voice or yelling. Before Jin could hand over his mobile to Jungkook, he already jumped inside the bathroom, leaving Jin shocked with his mouth hanging open. Mum, he is already getting ready. After greeting his dad too, he hanged on the coal and get ready for his college. After around 20 minutes, Jin was shoving Jungkook's lunch box in his tiffin. Meanwhile, Jungkook was shoving the same in his stomach. Such a pig, murmured Jin under his breath. But as Jungkook got superpowers from their mom, he heard that very well. What did you say? Asked Jungkook with his big doe eyes trying to look like intimidating. But Jin found it rather funny. Nothing. I was just saying that you are looking like a bunny, stuffing the four in his mouth, Jin said while trying to suppress his laugh. Meanwhile, Jungkook just ignores his annoying him and snatches the lunchbox from his hand. Hey, what's this? Is this how you are behaving with me? Scolded Jin, with his high pitched voice, and Jungkook just rolled his eyes at his extra dramatic brother. Sorry, yelled Jungkook, and then dashed outside, carrying his backpack. Jinto carried his backpack and took his car keys and then checked the whole house for the last time and later unlocked the front door of the house. I'm getting late. Jungkook was yelling from inside of the car. Wait a minute. Jin yelled back after checking the door again for the third time. Like now he can understand that why his mother checks everything twice or thrice. Don't do any mischief. I don't want any complaint, said Jin after handing him some wons as the pocket money. Hi Hyung. Jungkook's two extra cheery friend greets Jin with the enthusiasm, and Jin gives both of them extra drinks from his bag. Thanks Hyung. Both of them sings and Jin just coos as such pretty children. Meanwhile, Jungkook just rolls his eyes and drags his friend with him after saying bye to Jin. When Jin reaches at the hole after parking his car, he astonishes after seeing the crowd in front of the boat. Jin gets startled by a sudden hug from someone, but when he recognizes the voice from behind, he relaxes. Jin, do you know that Kim Namjin, a famous businessman, is coming at our college today? Ji-Shook chipped, which makes Jin chuckle. So what? Says Jin and went in his class.